So friends, in this video I'm gonna explain Java main method. So what does Java main method in Java program? So basically the Java main method is usually the first method you learn about when you start programming in Java, because it's the entry point for the executing a Java program. So the main method can contain code to execute or call other methods. So it can be placed in any class that's a part of the program. So the main method is basically this part. This is the main method of any Java program. So first of all, we'll talk about this syntax of main method. First of all, we'll talk about what can be changed or what cannot be changed. So what is the meaning of each one keyword? First of all, if we talk about this one, this is a string array. So you cannot change the type of the string, or you cannot change the parameter of the string, but you can change the string array name. So you can change it to my string argument or anything. So you can change this array name, but you can't change the data type of the array. Fine. So why does it public? Why it is public? So it's a big question. So the access modifier of the main method needs to be public so that the JRE can access and execute this command, this method. If a method is not public, then access will be restricted. And in the following this code, if the method, if we remove this public keyword from here, and if you run this code, you will get the error like the main method not found in class. Fine. If you remove this public keyword from here, the error will be encountered, or you will face the error saying that the main method cannot be found because it is restricted. Understood? So that's why it has to be public. Now why it is static? So why this method is static? So when a Java program starts, there is no object of the class present. Fine. So the main method has to be static so that the JVM can load the class into memory and call the method without creating an instance of the class first. Fine. So if you remove this static uh, keyword from here, fine, so you will again face an error, and again it will and in this time it will say that main method is not static. Fine, so you have to keep this method static. And why it is, this method is of void type. So void is used for such function which do not return any value. So since the main method of a Java program does not return any value, so if you write here return 0, or we can keep, you can write this below, return 0, and if you run this code, you will again face an error because if you return any value in void function, so it won't allow, or you will face the error like it will say that incompatible types or an unexpected return value. So you can't return in void functions. So since the main function doesn't return any value, that's why we have to keep it void, because other functions that returns, we have to call all those functions in a main function. Fine. So main function has not to be has to be not or has not to be the returning function. So that's why we have to keep it void. Understood? And we already know that the Java main method is always named as a main. So when a Java program start, it always look for a main method. Fine. So the following this code shows that the main method renamed by, if I rename it as my name, if I try to change this function as my main int, it will again return you a error, because it will say that main method is not found. So when you run any program, Java program, it looks for a main method. If it does not find, or if it do not find, if it does not find any main method, it will show such error, main method not found. So you have to we have to write main method to execute any path in a Java program. So I just came to the Python. So you have to keep, or you have to write one main method to execute your Java class. Fine. And as I told you that, so this main method accept a single argument of string array. So each string in an array is command line argument. So you can use a command line argument to affect the operation of the program, or to pass information to a program at a runtime. Fine. So you can use the, how can you use a command line argument? So basically you can, when you run up Java programs, like you have type like JV in a command line, you have type JVAC and the name of the file like test.java, and if you try to run a Java code, or if you want to pass a argument from this parameter or from this method, so how will you do that? So you just need to type Java test 1 2 3, and now basically you can iterate this array. So when you enter the when you enter any array as a parameter, and if you try to iterate using a for loop, it will iterate all the value of this array that you will enter as a parameter. Fine. So I'll show you on a computer screen later, but just try to be try to understand what I'm trying to say that. So yeah, that's it. Hope you understood. Hope you learn about each component of the Java main method, and you can continue learning with more Java on my channel, Anand Kaksha. Till then.